Hey everybody, this is Dan, Basic Camping with Dan, and boy is it cold out. Right now it is 1 degree and it feels like -20. You know what that means? Making some fire cookies out on my camp oven in my garage. So put some nice little Christmas lights to get into the spirit while I make these cookies. And this recipe I want to do is, it's one of the easiest recipes you can make for chocolate chip cookies, hands down. And I'm gonna do it in my camp oven in my garage. And so the ingredients as follows: salt, flour, sugar, brown sugar, chocolate chips, butter, 2 sticks, baking soda, full vanilla, and we're gonna need 2 large eggs and canola oil. And one important note before I get started is ventilation is very important. So if you're going to do this in your garage, make sure you have a little crack, a little fresh air coming in. So the first step is we're going to marry the sugars together with the butter. We're going to get that nice and creamy. And then after that's creamy, we're going to add the eggs and the vanilla. So we're going to need 1 cup of granulated sugar. And the second ingredient is we're going to need 1/2 cup of brown sugar. With brown sugar, it's really important to make sure that it's nice and packed. And then we got 2 sticks of butter. These have been sitting out at room temperature since I've been out in the garage. They have been getting a little bit firmer, but you can also heat them up on your, like if you put it like in a dish, you can warm them up in your oven on low heat too. Then what you are going to do is we're going to just add the butter in. And then we're going to take a spoon and we're going to kind of just start mushing it together. When everything looks incorporated, kind of like this, we can go ahead and add the eggs. And once the eggs are incorporated, we gotta have the vanilla. So we're gonna add 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And once you add the vanilla, you just kind of have to stir it. And then we're gonna go ahead and set this aside real quick. You can see my breath. And then after the, we're gonna set that aside, and then we're going to work on the dry ingredients. And then we're gonna marry them all together with the chocolate chips. So 1. And make sure that you have level scoops. And then this has a 1/4 on it. So, and the next thing is a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of baking soda. These are the most important ingredients to not mess up with your measurements. They have to be precise. 1/2 teaspoon. And then lastly is the baking soda. Baking soda, not powder, just clarity. And then I take a fork and then we're just going to gently whisk it with a fork, or you can use a whisk, but I just prefer a fork just because it's just the way I've always done it and it works well. Go ahead and do it in small batches. So I do about a 1/4, like 1/3 to 1/2, and then we're just going to go ahead and mix it in. And when it's all kind of incorporated together, mixed well, we're going to add the chocolate chips. So we got a few more minutes for the oven to be preheated, and so I'm going to have a nice frosty one. This is winter grind. It's a stout, which it's definitely stout weather, right? A little foam. I do want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, holiday season, and you know, let's let 2023 be another great camping year. Hopefully you're able to get outdoors and enjoy some the awesomeness of Mother Nature. Cheers. All right, so we're pretty close. We're about 3:25. So we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna just do a small batch for the first batch and see how they turn out. So the first thing is you wanna put some spray on it. And once you have the spray, I'm gonna take the dough and I'm going to roll them into circles. All right, so it's been about 14 minutes. With the Coleman Camp oven, the trick is you sometimes need to get in there and rotate it because it kind of cooks unevenly, so you kind of have to move it around and distribute that heat. Alrighty, there they are. Alright, here we go. This is our camp oven homemade chocolate chip cookies. I'm going to try this real quick and see how it tastes. That's delicious. And that's the end of this episode of Basic Camping with Dan. Made homemade chocolate chip cookies with one of my favorite recipes. And I do want to wish every one of you a very Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy Holidays. And yeah, so be safe and make some cookies. Cheers.